Hello, everybody. I'm aware you probably can't see me at the moment, and I don't know why. So, bear with me while I press buttons. Let me know if you can hear me, at least, if not see me. Oh, mammy, what have I done? Oh, there was a noise. I'm going to try something. Didn't appear to do anything. Emojis work. That's the least we have to worry about. Camera, it no worky. It no likey. I'm aware there's no card in the camera. Stop telling me there's no card in the camera. Why do I care if there's a card in the camera? So, it is working. He says, it is working, as it clearly doesn't work. Let's see if this does anything. Day! Don't know why it did that, but it did. Right, now I need to turn things on and turn things off. 1 second. Hurrah! Oh, I'm a funny colour. Okay. There I am, here I am. Welcome, everybody. Happy Friday. Whew, it wouldn't. I've not turned the thing on. It wouldn't be a Friday if I didn't have some form of technical difficulty. Now, to be fair, I thought this would be because I have upgraded my home network. So I was pretty sure I just wouldn't be able to get connected. I don't know why the camera decided not to work. And all I had to do was go to a different source and come back again. Technical genius me, who would have thunk it? Right, let's get the tank on. Bush. And we're on air and we're ready to go. And a wee bit squint. Are we a wee bit squint? A wee bit squint. There we go. There's a bit of. And I've got some colour coming back to my face now as well. Good. Right. And relax. Why are there no tank lights? There are now. Right, I'm going to go way back and just stop being rude to everyone. Oh, I've missed it. It's starting with hi from Freshwater Lickville. That's the earliest message I can see. Hello, Rebecca. Hello, Mr. G. Sorry, should I say hello, Ichiku? Hello, Mr. G. Nice to see you. Stuart's in. Brian's in. Nice to see you, Brian. And Cam. Juggler. Hi. Brian again. Mandy's here. Hello, I've just heard a new Scottish phrase, and I hope Graham isn't hurkle-durkling today. I'm not at the moment, but you never know. The night is young. Do you know what? I can't offhand remember what hurkle-durkling means. It's the kind of thing that'll just come up in random conversation every now and again, and I never think, what is that? What does that mean? So, 2 points if anyone can remember what it actually means. We've got me having technical difficulties. Is the big man having technical issues, or has he gone to the loo and got something caught in the zipper again? No. Wondering where Big G is from? Where Big G is from? I am from... What do you mean from? As in, where do I come from? I'm currently in Sheffield, but I'm originally from Glasgow. Camslang, if that means anything to you. Although, Mum and Dad now live in East Kilbride, so technically that was the last place I lived. Oh no, it wasn't. Rotherglen was the last place I lived. I have broken something, but I fixed it. Is this camera on a slant? Does it... shall I tempt fate and try and fix that, or should we just move on and leave it? You'd think an IT expert would buy some better gear in the black... I did! I bought myself a fancy new Wi-Fi 6 mesh routing system, and my speeds are incredible. My camera's still crap. The camera's good. That's what I should have bought. I should have bought a proper video card rather than this cheap, crappy thing that I've got. That'll be next Black Friday. He's never looked betterer, hiding in the dark now. Quite right. Right, we're here. We are in the final week of November, so this could be a deciding week for those of you who are playing along for the quiz. We will try and kick the quiz off around about past. And while we do that, I'll see if I can find the leaderboard to get to how things stand at the moment. So we've got the normal monthly quiz, weekly/monthly quiz, but we've also got an Eliminator coming up later on as well after that. Little face. So there are the standings at the moment. We've got False Inspector currently in the lead by a not considerable distance. Stevie P in second, Jack Tank third, Tash fourth, Juggler fifth, Timbo, Texas Tom, Elaine, Zenny and Shadow making up the rest of the top 10. False Inspector is even more in the lead because some of these points are his, because it didn't work, but we'll work that out later. Big face. So we've got that coming up. I've also got a bit of prep work for what's going to happen in December. So December is going to be a month of charity drives. We're going to be streaming for charity. And I've got some... Sorry, I just said that. Yeah, Graham was handsome only in his mother's eyes. Yeah, to be fair. Use your phone camera. That's plan C. I go to the GoPro first and then we try that. Don't forget everyone to like the dark. Yes, indeed. It's a Black Friday conspiracy to make you buy a new camera. It could be. I've got two of these as well. Mr. G with a £1.49 super chat. Thank you very much, Mr. G. So that should start showing up there. Nope. Okay, that's broken. Let's get rid of that. Well, that is going to be part of it. So I'm going to alter this ever so slightly, this stuff up here, and it's going to track your donations throughout the month of December. This is still, I think the dates are set for last week, so that's why nothing's showing up there. But we are going to incentivize your donations in the month of December by we're bringing back the Wheel of Misfortune, which has several categories on it. I'm not going to do any of these right now. This is just an example to show you what's going on. So that one has landed on Da Bomb. So if ever you have watched the First Three Feasts chicken wing thing, where they put all the various hot chilies out in order, I have bought Da Bomb, so we can try that. So I'm going to be going through these. In fact, can I show you what some of them are anyway? So I've come up with a list of, and it's not exhaustive yet. I've come up with a list of... Why won't it let me log in again? Why is it doing that to me again? Dashboard. No? Who knows? There we go. Right, let me just bear with me. I can't do too many things at once. Oh, something has happened. Someone has become a member. Boots and cats and boots and cats. Thank you very much. Let me show Will Face. We'll move this out way. We'll move this down here. Somebody else has become a member. Branton Lake happens to become a member. Fantastic. So I have, for the Wheel of Misfortune, created all these categories here. So each of these will be something. What's going on? Adam C has become a member. Somebody donated some memberships. So that's what's happened. Let me see if I can scroll down. I can't see anything. Stephen P has gifted 5 memberships. Wow, thank you very much, Stevie P. David Haddon. Right, we'll go through them in a minute. So, I've got some pickled herring. We've got some Reaper hot chips, Carolina Reaper. Tiara time. Some of these you'll have to use some ingenuity as to what you're actually going to get with these. A glass of stout, as regular viewers will know, it's freaking disgusting. Do not like stout, so I've bought some of the most heinous, disgusting stouts to have a little glass of that. I've put in some nice things because we can't all be horrible. There's got to be some kind of jeopardy to this. So, a shot of bourbon, a sriracha bug. I think it's like crickets and cockroaches that have been dipped in sriracha powder. Da bomb, which will be like a tortilla chip with a dod of da bomb on it, hot sauce. T-shirt time, fish food feast, so that might be eating some of my fish foods. Reaper fudge, which is like this fudge infused with Carolina Reaper chili. A jelly shot. Mask time, which we'll have to see when it comes around. And Grahamina making a reappearance. So there's some of the things that could happen. For example, if I go back to Big Face, we'll pick a number, say let's say every 20 quid. So you don't have to donate 20 quid, you could do a couple of quid, you could do 5 quid, 10 pound, whatever it is. But every time we go past the 20 quid, we'll spin the wheel and I'll have to do whatever it is that it comes up with. So in this case, a shot of bourbon. I'd happily do that one. So you get some incentive to donate. And then at the end of December, I will collect all those monies and we will donate it to a charity of my choice. I have a couple in mind. I'm going to wait until December to do the reveal. Still time to make suggestions. Come and join me on, every time, Discord. We've got a channel on Discord dedicated to all these charity ideas, so there's all kinds of things going to be going on. So come every Friday, because we're going to be having a little bit of fun. And if I'm completely honest, I'm a little bit petrified. Because I know though some of those are hot sauces, and I do like spicy stuff. I'm a big fan of spicy things. To a point. And I'm a bit worried about the one chip challenge ones, especially, because they are like the millions of Scovilles. And I'm fine with hot things. I'm fine with really hot things. I'm fine with really, really hot things. And then there's a level, and I don't know what that level is yet, but I'm assuming that the Carolina Reaper is going to be above it, where I cannot handle it, and I go bright red, and I sweat forever, and I go... So you may see me literally die. My wife has also put some conditions on this, so she is actually worried that I might die. The blood pressure might be too high for some of this stuff. So there's still time to change some of these things. And I would like to put in a few more nice things to give it a little bit more jeopardy. But I will have buckets of ice cream on standby. I will have milk. I will have yogurt, all that kind of stuff. To see where we go. And I have started collecting some of these things already. So here is some dill marinated pickled herring in a kind of jellyish brine. Just it's sealed, and just the look of this is making me gip. I do not like the idea of that, especially if it's If this is the fourth challenge where I've just had some hot Reaper fudge, 3 shots of bourbon, and then I have to do this, horrible things could happen. As an example of horrible stout, I've bought some peanut butter and jam collaboration stout. Stout and peanut butter, 2 of my least favourite things. So they'll be getting small glasses. I will not be drinking big glasses of that for them. But for now, we'll start with a nice normal beer. Lidl's own 71 Luminous Nights. We'll start with that. Oh dear, now I'm getting your experiences here. Cam saying, I will chew a Reaper pod before I do the bomb again. Oh dear. Is there a prize for getting to a certain total, i.e. raise 100 and you pluck your nose hair, 500 and you dye your beard green? Maybe. So I was thinking just to get everything on the wheel and use the wheel to focus it all, but also to have like a shopping list of things. So if, I don't know, let's say dyeing my beard green, which I'm not a huge fan of, but that might be a shopping list item for, if you donate 100 quid, I will dye my beard green. But I'm mostly focusing on the wheel thing at the moment. But happy to bring these things in. Plucking out nose hairs? Yeah, I mean, I thought you people were my friends, but okay, we can do things like that. Oh dear. The worst tasting hot sauce of all time. I like when they say it doesn't even have a redeemable flavour except hot. The thing I was most worried about was the chip, never mind the hot sauce. I've never met a hot sauce yet that I've been a bit like, that is hot, and a minute later, yeah, we're fine. But actual chilies, where I've gone, I can take hot, oh my god, head exploding. So can we get back to these gifted memberships? As someone who has eaten Rapashi on live stream, I do not recommend it. Yeah, especially some of the mixes that I've got myself into here. This could be horrific. How can I see who the memberships have gone to? I think I might have missed it. Hurkle Durkling is to stay lounging around. Yes, Hurkle Durkling. That's kind of my natural state. That is scary. Graham will go redder than his mum's zips. Well, my mum has come home. They were here yesterday and they've gone home today. But I've given her the task of recording like 5 messages of the most embarrassing stories that she can think of, and then that might be one of the things in the wheel that I have to play the video of the story. Will you be eating Rapashi? I'm up for anything. I don't currently have any. Well, I might have one. No, I was going to say that'll make it even worse. I might have one out of date Rapashi. We'll see. So any donations today will go towards funding buying these things. The hot chip challenge things are bloody expensive for one tortilla chip. That was £4.50 for something I'm going to hate. So I've bought all these things. It's cost me a small fortune. So that might be my donation to the charity. So any super chats and stuff today is thankfully received, because that'll go towards paying for some of these things that I'm going to hate next week onwards. Stephen P donated 5. Yes, thank you very much. The bomb is tasty, said no one ever. Can we not have wet t-shirt time? Yeah, just not with you. Yeah, no one would want that with me. Bruce, nice to see you in. Uh, I do English for spicy food. I really like spicy food, but that's it. It's where do you draw the line between tasty and spicy, spicy more than tasty, tasty, just painful. People tend to describe the bomb flavour as chemical. Ugh. Oh, good. Oh, good. Let's hope it doesn't land on that then. Doesn't alcohol thin the blood, so reduce blood pressure? Well, that might be the best idea for it after all. Alcohol's good for health, for spice. Well, there we go. I'll just need to get rat arse before we start, and then we'll all be good. Not plucking nose hair, waxing. Oh yeah, I could do a waxing. That only hurts for a minute, surely. I'm not waxing my moustache. That's never going to look good. I've had my ears done before. I went to a Turkish barber. I think it was my 40th birthday. And I was all dishevelled like normal, and I went and got everything neatened up, the beard trimmed and everything, and he did my nose and my ears. So the nose was the wax up the nose, and then the sticks. So 2 cotton buds with all the wax, let it dry, and then yank them out. That was an experience. It was oh, okay. But the ears, I've never seen anything like it. They don't do it with the ears. They rub alcohol in there, and then they set fire to another alcohol daubed swab, or whatever you call it, and just flick it at your ears. So it's like little fireballs firing at your ears, and then your ears, because they've got alcohol all wrapped around them, all smeared around them, just start going like little explosions. It's like, what are we? So that was the most discount. It didn't hurt, but having little fireballs fired at you, and then your ears just going different. It's going to be a lot of blood if nose or yeah. We're not doing mustache. No mustache. Leg waxing. I can add that in. Not a problem. Right. Okay. So let's try and catch up. Working from home means extended hurkle-durkling. I don't think I've done anything other than hurkle-durkle for quite a while. Is the link still KIQSY? It is not. We're having a new link because I'll put it in chat now. I had a little bit of an issue. Copy link address. There we go. So here's the link for the quiz. So I've created a new one. Normally what I do is just overwrite the old quiz, but we're starting with a fresh version of it. You can see the first 20 minutes of next week's being the best 20 minutes of the year's stream, and then the next hour being filled with technical difficulties as Graham recovers on the toilet. Yeah, I did have somebody reached out to me and said, oh, is there anything I can do to support your stream next week? And I was like, oh yeah, that'd be great, yeah, just share it wherever you can, etc. And I was thinking afterwards, oh, if it does actually kill me, maybe I should get someone to step in as a co-host or co-presenter, so as I can literally go and bury my head in a bucket of freezing cold water. Oh, I cut my lip. What's going on there? Hello, says Jack. Nice to see you again. There you go. There's the link to the quiz for those of you that are interested in playing. The 1 week I don't have the membership thing working. We've got loads of members. Fifth, sixth. What's that? What to get in? We need a Rapashi challenge. Okay, I'll have to look at it and see if I've got any Rapashi left, and I can make some up. Try flicking a lighter up your nose to crisp the nose hair. It's like smelling roast. No. As someone who's had food poisoning on stream, be careful. So, as a reminder, what we're thinking of so far is these as potential forfeits or Wheel of Misfortune entries. And I think we need a couple more. I'm happy to put in as many as you want, but I think we need a couple more less deathy ones that might be nice or don't hurt at least, so as I've got a chance. And I also need to think what we're going to set the limit at. So is it every £10, every £20, every £25, whatever it is? How often are we spinning the wheel, and what constitutes a wheel spin? But yeah, we could, for instance, add in leg wax. I've tried to colour code them as well as just to what will be spicy, what will be disgusting, what will be alright. I think I'm going to go with a kind of yellowy gold for leg wax. That can't be that bad, surely. Put a glass of ice cold water on the list. Is it a roll mop herring, that pickled herring? I think it is. They are nice if you like the taste of vinegar. I've seen someone eat a roll mop very close to me, and that made me gip. So the idea of eating one myself. Oh, just see, just talking about it. Oh. What's with the glass of ice cold water? Why? What will that do? That'd be easy, surely. Or is that just an easy one? Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Teaspoon of cinnamon. It's your birthday next Friday. Ah, right. Okay. Spoonful of mayo. I could do that. Easy. I like mayo. Mayo's nice. Anyway, we're at that time. If any of you are interested in playing, remember, this is the decider for the week. For those of you who are in with a shout of winning the quiz. If you remember, this is a month-long quiz. Your points have been accumulated for the rest of the week. Just being nice. Thank you, Hydroponic Aquarium with Plants. That is a nice one. That is the link to the quiz. We're going to get kicked off in a couple of minutes. There's only 10 people in, apparently. Some of you may be using last week's link, so make sure you use the new one. Did you miss the ice bucket challenge one? Tip a bucket of ice over yourself. Yeah, we could do that. I'm worried how we would film some of these things. I can't do it here because equipment, so I'd have to have like a remote, or would that just be I'll have to do it at some point and film it, or does it have to be done there and then? I might have to like set up a remote filming station where I can go outside and tip a bucket of water over my head. I'll put it on the list so I don't forget about it. Let me see. I suppose I could just go like that and have a small bucket. Alright, we're up to 13. Oh, shot glass of tank water. Ooh. Wrestle in a pool of baked... Where am I going to get a pool of baked beans from, Brian? Right, are we about ready? I'm going to give it one more minute. Just chuck a towel down or go outside. A small ice bucket. We can do that. Or maybe just like a pint glass of freezing cold water and just do that, because I might have to do it multiple times in one evening. And it might be a welcome relief if I've had to do the hot chip challenge. Right, there's only 13 players today. Is that possibly right? Oh, there's only 30 odd people. I suppose it is. Is it Thanksgiving? No, that was yesterday, wasn't it? So we've got a reduced audience. People might be still having their turkey comas. Who knows? Right, let's crack on with it. As a reminder, 20 questions. Questions 10 and 20 are gambling questions. The more you gamble, the more you win, or the more you lose. And whatever you get by the end of the day will determine where you come on this list. I don't think we've seen False Inspector. He might not even be here, so he might not make the top spot. So, best of luck, everyone. We'll start the countdown. If you've just arrived and you want to get in, now's the time to do that. Nose waxing. I'll need to see if I can get a kit off Amazon or something. Who was the president that proclaimed Thanksgiving a national holiday? For those of you who don't live there, this is the day after Thanksgiving. Was it Franklin D. Roosevelt, Thomas Jefferson, Abraham Lincoln, or George Washington? Who made it a proper holiday? Have I tried to throw you off with the image? Or have I tried to help you? You don't know. Quite the range of answers there. It was indeed Abraham Lincoln. Shadow first in there. Angela second. Texas Tom and Juggler joint third. Move on to question number 2. What fruit is used to make the sauce for the French dessert crêpe Suzette? Is it apple, banana, lemon, or orange? What do you use to make crêpe Suzette sauce? Do you use apple, banana, lemon, or orange? You all think it's apple. 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 Orange. L'orange. Oh, I forgot to start the Streamlabs thing. Hang on, bear with me. What's it called? Stream. Sorry. Just in case any of you want to shout random abuse at me. Bruce takes the lead. We're connected. Okay. Question 3. Which of these Fridays is commonly considered Black Friday? Is it the Friday before Thanksgiving, the Friday after Thanksgiving, the Friday before Christmas, or the first Friday in December? Hopefully an easy one for you. Wake up! Graham, wake up! I'm up. I might need this next week. I always thought Thanksgiving was a Sunday. I used to think it was a Sunday as well. I don't know why. We must have been subjected to films that had Thanksgiving on Sundays. Because when I first Easy for me to say. When I first found out it was a Thursday, I was like, what Thursday? Almost everyone thinks it's the Friday after Thanksgiving. Almost everyone is correct. What's all this Thanksgiving stuff? It's a thing that happened yesterday. It's where some indigenous Americans took pity on some people we kicked out or something. I don't know. Gave them a turkey. In fact, no turkeys were involved in Thanksgiving, the first one, from my research today. Question 4. What animal's litter of newborns is known as a farrow? Is it a farrow of foxes, a farrow of pigs, a farrow of rats, or a farrow of wolverines? Is it because they eat what we have for Sunday dinner? It could be that. Another American food binge excuse. Why not? Thursday, turkey. I see what you did there. Roasts are only for Sundays or Christmas. Indeed, unless you're American, you also get Thanksgiving. The people who I know who have gone to America have all said that now Thanksgiving is their favourite of the holidays because it's like the most, not chilled, but it's like Halloween, woo, Christmas, woo, 4th of July, woo. Thanksgiving is just like, let's sit and watch some telly, be with your family, have a big meal, get the stretchy pants on. So I don't know how true that is. What do we think? 5 foxes, 7 pigs, a rat and 2 wolverines. It's indeed pigs. It's a farrow of piglets. That's how the scores stand at the moment. Question number 5. The horizontal rows on a chessboard are known as what? Are they classes, coordinates, levels, or ranks? The horizontal rows on a chessboard are known as what? Got to be honest, I didn't know the answer to this one myself. Quite a spread from everyone here. The actual answer is ranks. They're known as ranks. The rank and file. Scott knew, Texas Tom knew, or guessed well, as did Juggler, Bruce and Tash. Texans go all out on everything. It's a curse and a blessing sometimes. Mickey's in. Nice to see you, Mickey. Question number 6. Which of these fruits comes in Red Haven and Contender varieties amongst others? Is it apples and pears, peaches and tomatoes? Is it apples, pears, peaches, or tomatoes? Or apples, pears, peaches, and tomatoes, depending where you're from. Brian thought ranks was the Queen's row, but that is one of the ranks, I suppose. Millions of peaches, peaches for me. It is indeed peaches. Red Haven and Contender are both varieties of peaches. Other varieties include Donut, Babcock, and Alberta. Alberta. I always thought that was Alberta. Yeah, I know. I know now. Stevie P's favourite fruit. You did indeed get that one fairly quickly. It's a quote Face Off. I love a nice ripe peach. Question number 7. This style of air gas burner, commonly found in laboratories all over the world, is known as a blank burner. Is it a Branson burner, a Bindle burner, a Bunsen burner, or a blister burner? Oh, Mandy. Why did I come here? I just feel stupid. I should have just watched Jeopardy if I wanted to feel like a moron. Well, I think you got this one right, at least. If nothing else. Because everyone answered Bunsen burner. So there you go. So, Susan just creeping into the top 10 ahead of Brian, Tash, Bruce. Scottish Fish Guy bringing up the rear. Skins Arno, Zenny at 40. You're not even last, Mandy. False Inspector, you're here. Did I miss you in chat? Adam, the current leader, is way down low, in 13th at the moment. Some ground to make up. Right, question 8. Which sport is traditionally associated with Thanksgiving? Again, Thanksgiving is it's all over the place at the moment, therefore it's a current event, hence the questions about Thanksgiving. Is it American football, baseball, basketball, or answer option D? It's not answer option D. Answer option D was meant to be ice hockey. It's not ice hockey. I know the picture's ice hockey, but it isn't. Somebody went for answer option D. Oh no. It is in fact American football. Or, if you are American, football. That's a big Thanksgiving thing, isn't it? Everybody comes back and watches the game on Thanksgiving. On a Thursday, for some reason. Thursday day football. And again, that's why I always thought it was Sunday. So the scores haven't changed much there, because most of you got that one. It's answer option D, it's not. Americans love their football. Yay, sports ball. Question 9. What is the correct term for a triangle featuring 3 angles under 90 degrees? Is it obtuse, acute, isosceles, or scalene? We did softball at school. It was appropriate for women. Oh, you from like the 1700s, Rebecca? So, is it obtuse, acute, isosceles, or scalene? Oh, it's acute. It's a cute triangle. Adorable, as Stephen says. It's an adorable triangle. So, Scott's in the lead as we go into the first of the gambling questions. Now remember, question 10, you get to pitch up as many of your points as you want, risking them if you get it wrong, or doubling them if you get it right. If you don't bet anything, you can't lose anything, but you also can't win anything, even if you get the question right. So, with that said, question 10, with your cryptic clue. I get a sense this will be hard. I get a sense this will be hard. What physical sense does a person suffering from anosmia not have? Do they not have hearing? Do they not have smell? Do they not have taste? Or do they not have touch? What does someone suffering from anosmia not? What can't they do? I went to a co-education but separately school, so yes, the 1900s. Chalkboards weren't too rare. Chalkboards were all we had when I was at school, and then again, I am ancient. We also had those traditional desks that you've left everything up, everything falls off. I remember them. Stevie P, I've picked based on anosmia. Scott went with smell because of anosmia, yeah. Let's see, what has everyone gone from? Most people going for smell, a few tastes and a few touches. Also known as smell blindness, anosmia is the inability to smell. So the correct answer, I'm just not going to show you, but it was smell. So what's that done at the top? Scott has doubled his lead, as has DVP pretty much, and Texas Tom, Brian, Scat, Rebecca, Skins Arno all losing points. False Inspector makes his way up to 8th place into the top 10. Juggler and Tash 5th and 6th. But everything to play for still. 10 more questions. Question 11. Which of these imperial units of length is equivalent to 220 yards? Is it a twip, a cable, a chain, or a furlong? Which of these is 220 yards? The sense of smell peaks at age 12. See, we're all learning things tonight. Ooh, almost everyone going for horse racing. Because that's the only one you've ever heard of? You're right. Anyway, almost exclusively used in horse racing these days, a furlong is 220 yards. So well done, everyone, except who's the one that got it wrong? Oh, Rebecca. Oh, trying to think outside the box, were you? Question 12. Which of these film soundtracks is the best-selling album of 2018 in both the US and UK? A question for everyone. Slanjivar. Cheers. Cheers. Is it The Greatest Showman? Is it Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Beauty and the Beast, or Despicable Me 3? My daughter's going through a Disney princess thing at the moment, so every time I take her anywhere, we have to listen to an hour of Disney songs. Although the Beauty and the Beast song that seems to always come up on our music streaming service is the one with Angela Lansbury singing it. That's hilarious. Sorry, I sidetracked myself there. Oh, The Greatest Showman and Guardians of the Galaxy getting all the answers. It was, of course, The Greatest Showman. This is the greatest show! Scott, Stevie P, Juggler, and Tash all getting that one right. Well done, well done. No way that wasn't out till 2222. What, The Greatest Showman? We can check that. Oh, bollocks. Wrong thing. 2017 film. Question 13. The popular British peasant dish, something and squeak, is made of fried potatoes and cabbage. Is it sparkle and squeak, rumble and squeak, simmer and squeak, or bubble and squeak? I've seen many musicals live, a traumatic experience. Yeah, I can't stand them, if I'm completely honest, but I end up listening to more songs from them than I care to admit. What do we think? Have we confused some Americans? 1 rumble, 5 simmers, and 9 bubbles. It is indeed. Bubble and squeak. According to the Oxford English Dictionary, the first known use of bubble and squeak dates back to 1762. Or 2 minutes past 6. Let's go down by nationality. American, wrong. American, wrong. American, wrong. Sorry, Americans. American, wrong. Susan, you're not American, are you? Question number 14. Police in the Netherlands found a garden gnome made of what during a drugs bust this week? Was it a garden gnome made of ecstasy, made of gold, made of cannabis, or made of manure? Boots and Cats went for alliteration. That's always a winning way usually, but not this time. Canada, yeah, sorry, I'm lumping you all in with the Americans. So, what was the garden gnome made of? Are garden gnomes a thing in America? Or Canada, for that matter? I mean, why are garden gnomes a thing anywhere? But, okay. Oh, quite the spread. 4 ecstasies, 3 golds, 8 cannabises, and no manures. Wow. The correct answer is ecstasy. A 2-kilo garden gnome made of ecstasy was found. That's some ingenuity of how to smuggle some drugs, eh? Mandy using great deduction skills there. Only 2 drugs on the list, and it doesn't seem that people from the Netherlands would be hiding cannabis. Quite right. Scottish Fish Guy gets that one. Juggler, Zenny, and False Inspector all getting that one. Question number 15. What were the name of the 2 birds President Joe Biden pardoned from being cooked this year? Every year, the president pardons a turkey, or a couple of turkeys in this case. Was it Blossom and Peach, Waldorf and Stadler, Troy and Eric, or Cluck and Gobble? What do we think? They would have to be males. You don't eat the late, don't you? Really? I thought you ate anything. So you lot went for Waldorf and Statler most. It was in fact Blossom and Peach. So Angela and Brian, there are only 2 point scorers in that round. Well done. Every time I hear Blossom, I think of Amy Fowler these days. Amy Farrah Fowler from Big Bang Theory. Yes, that was Blossom, wasn't it? I was rooting for Troy and Eric. Yeah, Troy and Eric. They were lunch. Right, question number 16. How many oak trees went into the storing in Notre Dame Cathedral after the 2019 fire? So it was unveiled today. We've public got the first look at it. But how many oak trees were used to refit or restore the cathedral? 1,000, 100, 10, or 0? It isn't a trick question. It wasn't secretly beech trees, and there was no oak trees. Or was it? Everyone going for the top one. It wasn't in the UK news, so no idea. It wasn't in the UK news because I got it from the UK news. Mandy went with 0 because it feels like a trick. It's 1,000, which is seems a lot. I have mixed feelings about this. It kind of makes me feel a little bit sick that when this burnt down, immediately people were donating millions of pounds or millions of dollars, and hundreds of millions were spent restoring this thing. Yet, can they sort homelessness? No. Let's build this fancy building again. Let's wipe out an entire forest of oak trees that took hundreds and hundreds of years to get to the stage where they could. Oh, I'm going to be getting myself a hippie hat next. What's that done to the scores? Very little, to be fair. Scott's still in first. Stephen Juggler third. Oh, you're not on the last page, Mandy. You're up to 12th, almost in the top 10. A 1,000 oak trees for one building, what a waste. Exactly, yeah. Visited years ago, I was upset I didn't meet yeah, the poor old hunchback. He's homeless. I think it was more, and there was like 100. Yeah, they were all over 100 years old. And it's like over 1,000. But yeah, just recycle. God damn it. Question 17. A new study of which planet's moons suggests there may be oceans full of fish on it. So, there's a planet that has some moons which have just been studied, and those studies have suggested there's possibly oceans full of fish under the surface of that planet. What planet is it? Is it Uranus? Ba-dum-tsh. No. Is it Jupiter? Is it Mars? Or is it Saturn? What do we think? One people thinks it's Uranus. 4 for Jupiter, 2 for Mars, 8 for Saturn. It is in fact not a joke. It's Uranus. Now, the chances of them actually being fish there are quite slim. It was just one off-the-cuff comment. I went, oh, that can be a fish question. Yep, we'll have that. But imagine if there were oceans full of fish on Uranus. What would they be like? Sorry. Question 18. let's move on. So, one person got that one right. Who was the big winner on that one? Oh, 2 people, sorry. Boots and Kits got that one right. And Scottish Fish Guy. Oh, that might be the last one before they gave up. Question 18. Which of these Oscar winners plays the titular bloodsucker in 1992's Bram Stoker's Dracula? Is it F. Murray Abraham, Gary Oldman, Jeremy Irons, or Ben Kingsley? Which of these Oscar winners played the titular bloodsucker, as in, who was Dracula? Oh, 2 each for Ben Kingsley and Jeremy Irons, and 11 for the correct answer, Gary Oldman. Oh, Shadow missed out on that one, but remains in the lead. Scott has googled it. I got it wrong either way, but Google says it's Jupiter, not Uranus. Oh no, we're going to have to go to the... it was on the BBC website. There you go. New study on moons of Uranus raises chance of life. That's what I went with. And remember, whatever I say goes, no matter what. Sorry. I've noticed something going on here with the language barrier. Oh. Gobble, gobble, gobble. And Juggler pointing out that means something different here. Yes, it does. Let's just leave it at that. Right. I almost said perpendicular question. No, penultimate question. Question 19. What is the largest metropolitan area in Western Europe? What capital city is the largest metropolitan area in Western Europe? Is it Paris, Berlin, Roma, or London? Which of these is the largest metropolitan area? The innocence of youth. Gobble means something different other than a turkey or eating fast? Question mark. Yes it does. What do we think of this one? Slanjivar. Slanjivar. Cheers. Thank you very much. So, 3 for Paris, 1 for Berlin, 4 for Rome, and 7 for the correct answer, London. The Greater Metropolitan London covers just under 3,500 square miles. It has no fixed boundaries. Right. Scores on the doors before we get to the last question, which again is a gambling question. Wager all your points, none of your points, whatever you want, and we'll see what happens. But anyone could win. So if the first 10 players gamble everything, get the question wrong, yeah, it's up for everyone. Are we ready? Question number 20. This question is out of this world. What is the average daytime temperature of the moon? Is it See how I've provided Fahrenheit and Celsius. 100 Fahrenheit or 38 centigrade. 175 Fahrenheit or 79. 225 Fahrenheit or 107. Or 300 Fahrenheit and 149. What is the average daytime temperature on the moon? Oh, quite a mixed bag on this one, but the correct answer was C, 225 or 107. Let's see what that has done to the end of the game. The winners are, in third place, False Inspector with 1,940. Stevie P, 2,671. And tonight's winner, Shadow! Shadow takes the game. Now we have to do the best part of everyone's Friday evening, a bit of live spreadsheeting. So, how do we do that again? Can I remember? Export player rankings. I think we've got one clear winner tonight and one clear winner for November. But if I get rid of that, delete that, copy that, get rid of that, fit there, week 5, that means the scores on the door for November. Our winner is False Inspector. Well done, Stevie P. Oh, there was only a few points in it. Wow, that was close. Juggler makes it up into third. Scott's Win takes him into fourth. Jack Tank in fifth. Tash 6th. Timbo 7th. Texas Tom 8th. Elaine 9th. And Zenny in the top 10. Well done, everybody. So, False Inspector, Adam, let me know your deets and I will send you stuff for winning. You won last month as well, didn't you? Am I remembering that right? But remember, we start all over again in December, so even though we're doing the charity drive in December, we will also be doing the quizzing. I don't know if I've ever shown you this before. Press the right button, Graham, you can do it. Let me see my bottle opener. It's not very good. Just looks cool because it's a fish. Your standings after that. Brian's in the top 10 with 0 points. I saw that. So only the top 9 scored points on that one. It was a tricky one to end on. See, Mandy, it paid off. Oh, sorry, it's just gone off there. Keeping back those 13 points paid off. That got you into 9th place. And Tommy, not answering, kept you in 6th. Liv was laughing at the gobble chat and is now embarrassed when I asked her why. And now you're not happy. Oh dear. Oh, it was the Eliminator you won last month. Okay, well, we've got the Eliminator coming up for someone else to have a go. But yeah, let me know what you're after and we'll send you something. Anything off the website, basically. Anything off the Spreadshop website. Up to the value of a t-shirt, let's say. I ain't paying for no premium hoodies. We'll send you some stuff, or some stickers, or or a towel. If you want a towel, I can send you a towel. I've sent some towels over to America. That only costs about 12 quid. As it's my birthday next week on a live stream, do I get a prize rather than free duckweed? Nope, the free duckweed is... I don't know why you all moan about getting free duckweed when you buy plants from me. It's just been super nice and giving you extras. Some people are more down with the slang, down with the kids. Like having that Ohio skibbity riz. I quite like doing that whenever my kids will be like, "Oh, Dad, can we go to McDonald's? Dad, please, can we have McDonald's?" I'll say, "Oh, fine, okay." If I do capitulate and give in, I then sit at the window saying words like skibbity riz, no cap. And they love that. Graham, how's the BBA tank doing? Well, this is the BBA tank, and I don't know if you can see it from there. I don't know if I risk moving the camera, but that rock there was black this time last week, and is now, it's still got some of the algae on it, but it's gone completely white now, as has that rock there. That one there has not. So yes, it's definitely reduced, and all the fish, to be fair, are now, so when it's gone white, I don't know if this is worth making another video about, but when it goes white, that's when it loses its grip basically and starts to come off, and it just gets brushed, or some fish swims past it and knocks it or whatever, it comes off, and they all start eating it at that point. Not just the flying silver foxes will eat it when it's black, but when it's white, they'll all have a go at it. So who knows? Tell would be great, right? Just email me an address and I'll get that over to you in 6 to 8 business months. My God, fam, you got that drip on fleek. It does drive my kids mental. Anyone who says down with the kids is by definition not down with the kids. Quite right. So, I showed you my minging mackerel, or herring, or whatever they are. These are the hermetically sealed hot chips. Oh. I've lost the bag that they came in, which had all the doctor's warnings and stuff. I was going to show you them. Oh well. It advises only eating half a chip at once and consulting a doctor before we start. But it's like 12 quid for a chip. A chip. No rush. Well, rushing is not one of the things I'm famous for, so there will not be any rush. So we'll do the Eliminator in about 10 minutes or so. So we can use this 10 minutes to ask me any questions you want to ask, or have any more discussions about next month's push for charity. So, worth mentioning, I haven't officially chosen the charity that I'm going to go for. In previous years, I've done fish charity, non-fish charity, fish charity, non-fish charity. So this year we're on non-fish charity, but I'm considering just sticking to fish charity. But we never know. If you have any charities that are close to your heart, by all means, jump in Discord and tell me, nominate some charities. We'll put them up for a poll or something like that. We'll think about it. But I have a couple that I'm thinking about that probably work for a lot of people. Everybody. So Macmillan was one of the ones I was thinking about for this year, because a lot of people get cancer. A lot of people get helped by Macmillan. But I'm still keeping it open. I might do 2 or 3. It depends. It's a bit crap if you only get like £100 and you split it between 2 people. It's a bit like, oh, gee, thanks. Plus, if I almost kill myself and it's only £100 that we managed to raise, that won't be great. Might do some auctions as well. That was another thing somebody mentioned about whether we could auction off some stuff, whether it be towels or signed 2023 calendars. We can't do that because I haven't got any left. But yeah, no, if there's anything along those lines that you fancied going for as well, it's my one time a year where I get to relentlessly harass you for money. So do make sure that there's going to be a lot of that next week. We'll be making a bit of a push for the streams through through December to try and raise as much as possible, and everything raised, we will keep a track of it, and I will donate it all. So there are fees that get taken away, so I will take that into account. For everything that we get, anything that we clear, we will donate to charity, and that also means I'm not including like the cost of these. Like I was moaning there, going, "Oh, these chips are £12 each, and this costs nearly £5." I'm paying for all that, so that won't come off the total. So everything that we raise will go. I missed your blimmin' question again. Sorry, Brian. Let's have a look. Yeah, it must have been a long time ago. Okay, I did miss it. Is there a charity for chili relief? I think that might be Anusol. Phil's in. Hello, Phil. Phil he runs Elite Logos for you for all your sticker and merchandise needs. Makes quality embroidered stuff like this. Yes, I've just emailed him asking for some more stickers. Thank you very much. Well, someone saw it. If you're having a substrate, I would go for 18 inch unless it's growing out tank. Why can I not see your question, Brian? Oh, there we go. Back to normal. Aquarium Adventures. Question: what would you call minimum height for an angel tank or an angle tank? So Juggler's saying 18 inches unless it's a growing out tank. Yeah, I mean you could get, unless it's like the Ultimate Angels and they end up getting to be like a foot tall. There's probably some wiggle room in there. So this tank, for instance, is 2 foot tall. The actual bit with the water is probably... Cheers. Yeah, it's like 20 inches for the water. That'd be loads. So I'd probably went 15. Yeah, 16. That's an inch out. That kind of thing should be fine. But if you had to go a little bit smaller, also fine. There's lots of differences there. Are you going to have 100 angels? Then you just want more space, no matter what direction it goes in. I posted the charity on the group. Oh, I missed it, sorry. Oh, there we go. Oh, the Cinnamon Trust. I have heard of that. Why have I heard about that? I don't know why I've heard of that. Ah, yeah, Contender. I will look into that. It rings a bell, and I don't know why. Sir Paul McCartney's a patron. okay. I've mentioned it before, but maybe that's why I've heard of it. But no, I'm sure I've had something to do with them, or I know someone who's done something to do with them. Because we have this thing at work, my proper job, where I'm going to sound like a dick now, where they force us to do volunteering days every year. And it's like, oh, I don't want to volunteer. That's what. And you think it's a good thing. It's nice. If anything else, you're being paid to have a day off. So people are always thinking, oh, what can we do? And generally, 90% of the people in my company go litter picking. So basically, they go out into the park, throw a crisp packet on the ground, and take a picture of themselves picking it up and going, or throw on a high vis vest and take a litter picker thing. Hey. And then just go on feet up for the rest of the day. But I think someone did something with the Cinnamon Trust, and I remember thinking at the time, going, oh, because it's quite an unusual name. That's why I remember. But maybe it is just you mentioning it. Who knows? Anything to keep pets and their owners benefits both. It does. Rescues are full, and most owners care. Sometimes they're struggling. Yeah, definitely. I'll have a look into that. I like that idea. I like the. We were having a discussion with my daughter earlier where I was saying, well, I might do a fish charity. She was like, what? A fish charity? Oh, don't do a fish charity. Nobody cares about fish charities. Do something like people like pandas. I was like, pandas? Pandas are the worst. No, I'm with Chris Packham on the pandas. I think we should just leave the pandas to it. If they need that much help. Maybe we've gone a bridge too far. But ended up talking about, well, the fish charities, some of them actually help. It's not about helping an individual fish. It's about the things that go into them. So I was talking about how helping the fish habitats has lots of knock-on effects. That if you help a fish habitat, you'll end up doing something good for the sea, which will do something good for the entire world, and it'll all add up. Helping the fish habitats and supporting good practices in fish keeping, even in the tropical fish trade, fends off logging and things like that in certain areas, and improves the quality of or reduces the amount of deforestation, and improves the quality of land and rivers and things like that, because people are able to make money. So it's all about these little things where you think, now granted she is 12, so she wouldn't be expected to think of all these knock-on effects, but at the end she was like, oh right, yeah, I can see that, yeah, if you do look after an Eon Tetra, eventually a dolphin will be happy about it. And you're like, yeah, well, eventually. So I like these things where it's not immediately at the forefront of the population's wish list. So it never gets the big bucks. So that's quite good. So although I was mentioning Macmillan, there's, in the UK at least, there's quite a big, prominent one that does get a lot of donations, and that for good reason. It's a good charity, I think. I like it. But these little ones that help in little ways, in very specific individual ways, can have huge benefits on the individuals that they reach. So that's just as worthy in my eyes as someone, a charity that helps hundreds of people. So I think in 2 or 3 years ago we helped St Martin's Hospice, which was they provided care or respite for families who had severely disabled children, things like that. So it was about helping the kids as well as helping the families of those kids, to give them a break because of the stress and strain of having to care for someone like that for 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. They help a small amount of people, but in a big way. So if you like the Cinnamon Trust, sorry, I was meant to be showing that. That's why I thought I knew about this, because I know I've seen this picture before because I've looked at it. If you're an old, infirm, elderly person and you're separated from your beloved dog, that's just going to put you in the ground quicker. There's no other ways to say it. So if you can get a smile on your face by helping them And they do all kinds of things like finding homes for pets that are good rather than just going to a shelter, bringing in dogs to sit with people and all that kind of canine and animal therapy and all that kind of stuff. Um, yeah, it helps those few people quite a lot. Anyway, that's the kind of thing that I'm going for. So if you have any thoughts, get in touch. We'll consider most things, but I like that one. That's a good one. Um, like Project Piaba actually helps the people. Yeah, indeed, it it protects. So their goal is to protect uh, a population of fish, but that protecting that population of fish has all these knock-on effects to the people who live in that area and even further afield. It keeps going and going and going. So they're really good. Can't find anything for domestic abuse. Domestic abuse was one of the other ones that I had been looking into because the kids' schools actually are doing a thing at the moment where they wear a ribbon for domestic abuse. And I was looking to find those charities, but I'm always really suspicious of charities, so that's a bit worried about some of them. So if you have any experience of the charity you're recommending, that would also be useful. Is there any truth to the legend that angels won't eat fish as they grow up? They won't eat fish they grow up with. No. In my experience, and I don't have great experience with angels. I mean, there is an angel in here, over there, who is perfectly well behaved and has always been perfectly well behaved. I've had other ones that he's grown up with where he's gone, hi, today's Tuesday, I think I might eat you. Angels are well known for going rogue, where they can be fine for years and then all of a sudden they just turn and decide, I'm going to kill everything. I'm not even for food. I'm not hungry. I'm just going to kill everything I can kill. So I think it's hard to say whether or not it will happen and whether an angel will do that, but it's a risk, is all I would say. So you might have an angel that'll never go after anything until one day it does. You might have an angel that'll never go after anything and never will. I don't think there's any way to tell. I think if they grow up with them, the chances are better. So, especially if you get to the point of having adult angels and try adding fish that it could eat, it will immediately think that they're food. But if it has grown up with them, there's less of a chance. Keeping them well fed, lots of hidey holes, break of sight lines, all those kind of things, all the normal stuff you would do can lessen it, but I don't think there's anything that can stop an angel that's going to turn rogue will do so. And I don't think there's anything the human can do about it. As Rebecca says, no, they will eat them. Even bigger even bigger fish that they're not doing it to eat them, they're doing it to kill them because they're evil. They've switch has gone and they've said, I'm going to kill everything in this tank, ha, and that's it. So while that's certainly true, if it fits in its mouth, it will get eaten. Even if it doesn't, it'll still F it up. Psst, yes. Have you not hit the like button? Come on, that's the only criteria for this one. You don't have to pay or anything. It's free. I'm more suspicious now after So after the news of the old guy who walked a lot during lockdown's charity. Now I don't think was doing anything dodgy, but his family couldn't be more dodgy. This is if you're not from these parts. During COVID, we had an old fella who was a kind of retired army general. He was out with his relator, walking up and down his lengths of his garden, raising money. Did he even get a knighthood in the end because of that? I can't remember. But he raised millions because he got featured on the news and everything. And then he died, surprise, surprise, because he was old. he was fine. He was trying to raise money and do good things, but his family were like siphoning money off left, right, and centre, all kinds of loopholes. They wrote a book which was, I think the foreword of the book said, "Oh, this is all about raising money for this charity," but then they didn't donate any of the proceeds from the book to the charity. They just kept it all. They built buildings and everything from the proceeds of the donations. Oh, it was awful. So yeah, I'm always a bit suspicious of some and I have worked for charities. Um, I don't know if I should say anything about this one. So I had a client who was a charity. No, I shouldn't say that. Anyway, often in the bigger charities, there's a lot of waste. There's a lot of overheads. There's a lot of money not going to directly help the people, basically. There's a lot of people on good wages working for those charities. And I get the argument that sometimes you need that to run the charity efficiently, and make the most money that you can make. You need to have the right people in those roles. But yes, some of the waste that I saw makes me suspicious about some charities, let's say. I miss having it. Well, don't not have angels just because they might go mad. Just have a plan for when you notice it. You can separate something, or put in dividers, or whatever it might be. They say that about beta sororities as well. I've got 6 females, all part of the same spawn, and they did well for a year until one died randomly, and they fought for the pecking order again. Yeah, so there can be things like that can happen where they can all be quite happy until one gets sick or dies like that, and the rest of them are like, "Am I in charge? Or are you in charge? Fight to the death to figure it out." Yeah, fight to the death. Let's go. Ooh. Yes, Sir Tom. He did get a knighthood. Yeah, okay then. His family must have really wanted that spa. Yeah. A quick Google: the CEO of Macmillan Cancer Support earns over 190 grand. The average salary for a CEO in the UK is estimated to be 91. I'm kind of fine with a CEO earning 190 grand. A company the size of Macmillan needs a lot of CEOing, and I know that doesn't really make sense, and I also can't believe that the average CEO salary in the UK is only 90 grand. And I'm not just talking about wages, but there's a lot of well-paid people who you just can't get the people because. So I'm going to contradict what Scott's saying there. If the average salary is 90 grand a year and you're getting paid 190 grand a year, that seems like a big disparity. I don't think the average salary is 91 grand a year. I know a lot of non-CEO people earning a hell of a lot more than that. Slanjavar, cheers. I don't begrudge a charity paying their CEO if they're a big charity like Macmillan, because Macmillan is huge. I don't begrudge them paying their CEO 190 grand, because there's a lot of, and that waste that I'm talking about there's a lot of that can happen in an organisation of that size and scale, and a CEO is the person that's ultimately responsible for making sure that that waste doesn't occur. But I've lost my train of thought now where I was going with that. Because there was another thought, I think it was the Children in Need. No, Comic Relief, the one that was on recently. Children in Need, the CEO for that gets something like 130 grand, and everyone was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe he's getting paid that much." Like, that's not a lot for a CEO. But that doesn't mean I'm not trying to defend. I haven't looked into the CEO of Macmillan to see whether or not they're worth that 190. But that's a lot of job for that money. Think of the amount of, and I know there's people out there that would just screw everyone over, but think of the amount of stress that would be involved in that. You're literally saving lives or not saving lives or choosing what lives to be saved with how you invest the money that you get donated into your charity. That's it's a heavy burden. Yeah, there's been rumours about the RSPCA for a while. I wouldn't consider the RSPCA, not necessarily just because um, they have been epically mismanaged, and I think they have, but they put a lot of stock goes into the R of the RSPCA, the royal charter, the royal title. Um, they don't. I just don't like some of the policies. I don't like some of the way they work. I don't like how they allocate their funds. I believe a lot of the RSPCA places are essentially independent, and they just pay to be able to call themselves the RSPCA. So if anything, they're being hurt by being part of the RSPCA. They say you have to pay for your CEO. You do. You definitely do have to pay for your CEO. A good CEO is worth their weight in gold, but there are plenty of bad ones as well. So even if you do pay for them, that doesn't guarantee they're going to be a good one. Scott says, I don't like the RSPCA. They don't care unless the animal is injured, and even then it's a next day maybe situation. Yeah, so I know there have been lots of I don't want to tar them all with the same brush, but there is an element of resources. They just don't have the resources to get to every call, and yes, sometimes they just don't care, which is a bit like, oh, fine then. I know people who have worked in similar charities or aligned charities where they've had to say, oh, you need to call the RSPCA on this. They say, well, they won't come. Tell them there's lots of blood, and then they come. So having to use those workarounds is never good, but yeah. Aquarium Adventures 48 by 15 by 16, okay for Shelleys. That looks like a great tank for Shelleys. Yeah, you don't need a lot of height for Shelleys, so they don't really care. You need a deep substrate because they will do their own aquascaping. PDSA, again, I'm not a great fan of the PDSA. YouTube's shenanigery is annoying me this week. Like, you don't see that word often enough, do you? YouTube shenanigery. I vote myself CEO of Aquarium. No, you can't be. I'm CEO, and Elizabeth, my daughter, is COO. Do you have any super local small animal rehab shelters, like the kind that rehabilitate endangered wildlife? Nah, not the kind that sell puppies. We did until very recently, and they've gone, they've closed. They've had to shut down. There's the odd one-man band operations where it's like, if you find a pigeon, phone Dave from Stocksbridge. And I'm always a bit, nah, don't know about that, or that kind of thing. But yeah, there were a couple of small independent, almost shelters essentially, or rehoming charities that were really good. But yeah, they've all just not made it. I'm too late, basically. But yeah, that is. I will have a look and see if there's any that are still around and still going. Small pet rescue, yeah, like, and that's the thing. If it's guinea pigs, it's always like, well, Sheila from Facebook takes in injured guinea pigs, and you're like, does she? Why? Who's Sheila? What qualifications does she have? Or Dave, the pigeon fancier, or and they're just like, so your entire operation is you have a Facebook page, and I'm tarring them all with the same brush. There could be some in there that are absolutely fantastic and do the best care ever, but there's no regulation, there's no way to know. It's like the guy that says he's an expert on snakes because he had a snake when he was 15. Anyway, we have breached the time of we need to run the Eliminator. So for those of you that are still here, we'll quickly crack through the Eliminator, which is eminently winnable this week. Let me tell you. No, don't do that. Wrong button. I think we might have multiple people making it to the last question. Where's the chat gone? Where's the chat gone? Oh, one of the other things about the live streams next week, all the donations as well, I'm going to extend the time. We're basically going to go as long as I can handle before I either fall down drunk, pass out, sleep, or have to go and ice bucket challenge myself because of the heat of something. So I'm going to try and go as long as we can. I've asked for permission to do some bingos from Andrew from Aquarium Daily, see if we're allowed to do some bingos. But yeah, there you go. There is the Eliminator link. Winnable? Sure. It is winnable, definitely. Fish rescues seem to be hoarding cases. Yeah, especially if you limit yourself to Facebook groups. There are fish rescue Facebook groups where you're like, how do you ever get anything anywhere? They'll play like a picture of a guppy with half a tail, only one fin on the right hand side and an eye missing on the left hand side and no lower jaw. And they're like, right, we're considering applicants as long as you can prove you have a 400 litre tank, can be in Scunthorpe by 6 a.m. Tuesday morning, provide fully oxygenated transportation. And you're like, what? All right, chill. That's going to be dead by the time I finish reading this. You're going way overboard. And other ones who are just clearly sales groups, so that like fish for rehoming. Oh, okay, I'm interested in rehoming. It's a £400 rehoming fee. You're like, okay, right. So there's just something dodgy about Facebook. You want to rely on word of mouth and make sure that someone's actually used this before and it isn't. Because I've heard loads of ones about, not so much these days, but in the past, where like claiming to rehome dogs and things for people, like the kind of thing the Cinnamon Trust was going on about, where they would just be for dog fighting, for baiting dogs, or rehoming rabbits for baiting with dogs and doing lurcher runs with them and stuff like that. So it's just all kinds of horrible people out there that you need to make sure you stay away from. It may actually be simple, but as soon as the timer starts, I lose all rationality and chill. He'll be fine. Alright, we've got 8 people in so far. We'll give it another couple of minutes. We need to rush through this because I've rambled on far too long tonight. But I want you to all set your calendars for next week. Save up your pennies. But more importantly, yeah, I did it right. Join Discord. Come and tell me all the mechanics that you want to see behind this. So your charities you want to see. How often do you want to make me spin the wheel? Do you want to have exceptional things outside of the wheel? So £50 to do this, £100 to do that. My son inexplicably wants to jump in our pond. He's like, if you can get anyone to like pay £100, I'll jump in the pond. And I was like, I don't think anyone will do that. He's like, no, well, £50 then. £10, I'll jump in the pond. I'm like, you're not jumping in the pond, you'll rip the bloody liner. But if there are things like that that you want to do at the same time, yeah, just get involved in the conversation. Tell me what you want to see. It's your birthday next week, is it? Yeah, mentioned, Brian. Well done. Congratulations. What are you going to be? 45? 46? Or should we just not ask? Copy link. Last call. All aboard. Last call. Last call for the Eliminator. Anyone that wants to play, now is the time. 53. Wow. You're Scottish, so that's like 74 in normal age. Are we ready, people? I'm not. Hang on a minute. I need to get myself ready. There we go. We have 11 people of the 20 odd that are still awake. Also, keep an eye out. I've noticed everyone like Jack and Aquarium Daily have been doing live streaming tanks during the week, so I thought there's a bandwagon I need to get on. So I live streamed my ceiling because the phone fell off as soon as I left the fish room. But I could try that. And I noticed Andrew had like 80 people watching his live streams. I was like, what? Need to get involved in this. I got 6. 6 people was the top amount of people watching my discus tank. But I might try that. Do some live streams of Mega Tank when I reintroduce the Oscar, because that he's going back in, and you can all keep an eye on him for me. Make sure make sure Brian isn't kicking his ass, and we can prove that Brian is the aggressor or not, as the case may be. So look out for that in the next coming days. Also doing daily dose of December, so we're going to have daily videos in December. Thank you, Brian. Live stream was like watching paint dry. Okay, right, let's get on with it. Playback control. Start countdown. Here we go. 10 seconds. 12 people in. I don't know how to get 80 unless it was. That's what I thought. I thought that's a lot. It must be doing vertical streaming, and that's a new thing they're pushing. But I got 6. Question number 1: what bird is traditionally served for Thanksgiving in the US? Is it chicken, swan, turkey, or robin? Everyone going for toiki, because toiki is the correct answer. I turned 50 in January, planning a solo trip. What's your bucket list trip? I've always quite fancied doing like a Pan America trip, one way or the other, like east to west, north to south, something like that. I don't think any of my family would enjoy it, so I would probably be on my own. Right, are we ready for question 2? Question 2. What's the name of this historical monument? Slanjivar. Cheers. Slanjivar. Is it the London Eye, the Eiffel Tower, Stonehenge, or Big Ben? What is this monument? 12 going for Stonehenge, the best of all henges. Better than Strawhenge and Woodhenge together. That is the correct answer. Everyone is still in. Well done, everyone. I told you it was easy. See, Mandy? You have little faith. Question 3. Which beloved television series begins with the pilot episode, Winter is Coming? Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad, The Wire, or True Detective? This is not a trick question. Rachel's birthday's tomorrow. Happy birthday for you. You'll need to tune in to Andrew's live stream tomorrow, and he'll play a song for you. We're all 12 going for Game of Thrones. It would be funny if that was a trick question, wouldn't it? But it wasn't. Well done, everyone. 12 players, 12 survivors, 0 eliminated. Question 4. Sometimes people get eliminated before this. Question 4. Which of these Fridays is commonly considered Black Friday? Oh, I've used this question twice. If any of you get this wrong, tough titty. Is it the Friday before Thanksgiving, the Friday after Thanksgiving, the Friday before Christmas, or the first Friday in December? I thought I recognised this question when I asked it earlier. It is, of course, the Friday after Thanksgiving. Well done, everyone. Someone was short of time this week. I was very busy today. Question 5. Which of these Disney characters is known for his catchphrase, to infinity and beyond? Is it Aladdin, Buzz Lightyear, Peter Pan, or Woody? Aladdin, Buzz Lightyear, Peter Pan, or Woody? Who goes to infinity and beyond? You've all gone for Buzz Lightyear. The answer was Woody. No, it was Buzz Lightyear. Of course it was. Of course it was. Right, this is where the questions traditionally start to get a little bit more difficult. But everyone's still in. Here we go. Question number 6. Which of these 2000s hits from pop idol Taylor Swift references Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet? Is it You Belong With Me, The Story of Us, Sparks Fly, or Love Story? Another of my daughter's favourites. Marry me, etc. I don't know why she gets all this hate. Lyrical genius, the young lady is. We're losing some people. So one person went You Belong With Me. 4 of you went with The Story of Us. 1 went for Sparks Fly. The answer is Love Story. Taylor Swift took the tragedy of Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet straight to the top of the Hot Country Songs chart in 2008. And then the same song topped the charts in 2021 when she re-recorded it. So, we've still got Susan, Shadow, Zenny, Tash, Scat, and Stevie P. Taylor Swift question. Did I just say I'm about to be 50? Well, I'm 40 something. 7? 8? 7. Late 40s. I know every Taylor Swift song going. Quiz me. I could answer anything. It's great. I think you just have to go over the whole everyone should hate Taylor Swift because it's rubbish. It's pretty good. And I say that as someone who loves Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, the Beatles, the Who, all kinds of Stone Roses, Oasis. Yeah, Taylor Swift, pretty good. If you actually spend some time listening to it. Anyway, here ends my lecture on why Taylor Swift is actually alright. Question 7. What British band toasts champagne that tastes like cherry cola on their 1970 single Lola? L-O-L-A Lola. Is it The Who, The Zombies, The Kinks, or The Hollies? Oh, we've got 2 Who's and 4 Kinks. The 2 Who's, goodbye, because it was The Kinks. My 12-year-old actually got irritated that I played Fortnite too much. Graham dancing to Taylor Swift in a ballerina outfit should be the challenge now. I don't know about that. So we've got 4 people left. We've got Scott, Mandy, Liv, and Steve. See, I'm just going to use your actual names now. Shadow, Zenny, Tash, and Stevie P. Question 8. What is the name of Red Bull's annual homemade human-powered flying machine competition? Is it Flugtag, Fiskbo, Fjalbo, or Finmat? What is the name of the annual flying machine competition? Three Flugtags, one Fiskbo. Bye bye Fiskbo. It's Flugtag. We're down to three. Shadow, Zenny, and Stevie P. Penultimate question with three people still in. See, exciting, isn't it? Question 9. The Chinese name for this famous World Heritage Site translates to something wall in English. Not Great Wall, but Deep Wall, Tall Wall, High Wall, Long Wall. What does it translate to? There's a bar in my hometown, colloquially the Oldie, and it has a jukebox. I love going there and throwing on Lola by the Kinks. There you go. Nice one, Evan. So, you've all gone for Long Wall. It's a little on the nose and obvious, isn't it? Yes, it is. That is correct. So, 3 people as we go into the final question. I really should have like a heartbeat sound here for the drama. I've only got drum roll.
Exciting!
Final question. How many clowns were included in the 2024 Macy's Thanksgiving Parade? So 1,500, 0, 700, or 200? How many clowns were included in the 2024 Macy's Thanksgiving Parade? Okay, we've all gone for different answers. It is exciting. Right, let me get that sound back in.
Exciting!
This is
impressive, insane, unimaginable, outstanding.
Have I even got that switched on? I have. Good. I'm going to hold my hands up and say this is wrong. No, the answer's right. This was meant to be the tiebreaker, and I was meant to use another question about the Macy's Day Parade, but it's fine. It still works. One of you is right. The answer was not 0. Let's put it that way. So you've all gone for... Oh no. Oh no. No, one of you is right. The answer is not 0. The answer is 700. So that means... we have a winner. Someone has won the Eliminator. It wasn't Scott. It was Scott. Yeah. It wasn't Scott. God. And I'm going to operate a live stream while drunk. Whew. It was indeed Scott. Well done, Scott. You are this week's winner. So you have won some stuff. Tell you what, I'll send you the stuff I forgot to send you for your prize last week. Shipping saver, yes. Boop boop. The one British person won that one. Thank God. I've already got one prize to send to America. We could do without another one. But yes, well done, Scott. Thank you very much, everyone else, for your participation. But Scott has won tonight. Yeah, I'll send you the food that I didn't send you from when you ordered, and some stickers and other stuff, I guess. We'll go with that. It's just meant to be a wee prize for this one. In fact, I'll send you when I get my new stickers from Phil when they arrive next week. Hopefully that'll do. Right, and we have crashed 5 minutes over. I'm really sorry to anyone that might be streaming now. Am I breaking into anyone else's stream? Hope not. Why does it say I've been streaming for 3 hours? I haven't been streaming for 3 hours, have I? Oh, I don't know. But yeah, we'll knock it on the head there. Remember, turn up next week. I need all the support you can get. If you could spend some time on your various forums, if you're on other people's live streams, or you indeed host your own live stream, say, there's this weird Scottish guy and lives in England now. He's going to punish himself to raise some money for some charities. Come and have a look at his live stream every Friday in December. And if you've got a couple of bucks free, throw them his way. That would be appreciated. As always, go and check out Discord if you have any other ideas. If you want to join in with the festivities, you want to co-host or anything like that, let me know. Get in touch. But until then, we'll sign off for the evening, and thank you all very much for joining me. And see you next week. I can't find the button to make it end. Just hang on a minute. There it is. Bye.